I'm not sure. I'm just going to do a couple of little checks first, just to make sure that you can hear me okay. I can't see any videos at the moment, so just can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great stuff, great stuff. Okay, so I just ask you if you don't mind. Yeah, I think most people actually have the videos turned off there now. And in a few seconds time, I'm just going to put a mute on everybody, if that's okay, just so that the sound's not jumping over. Is that okay, guys? Yeah? Okay.
If you want to...
Okay, guys, so I've just put a little mute on there now. So hopefully you can all hear me fine. Firstly, I would just like to say thanks so much to everybody in the emergency services. It's amazing what you guys are doing at the moment, and thanks so much for joining our Pilates. It's a pleasure to be able to give something back to you all. So we're going to kick off with a little bit of stretching. I just want to emphasize on the fact, I know some of you have never done Pilates before, so Pilates should be challenging for sure, but at no stage should it cause any pain, okay? So if you're feeling pain at any stage, please just come out of the move. We'll rest it out and we'll take our time and get back in again. So remember, challenging, but not painful, yeah? Okay, so thanks, guys. Okay, so first things first, I want you to get onto your mats. We're going to line the feet up nicely in line with our hips. So Pilates is very much focused on body alignment and on posture. So I'm going to emphasize back into that all of the time. One of the other principles of Pilates is breathing, okay? So the style of breathing in Pilates is called lateral breathing, which basically means that we're expanding out from the rib cage. So what I want you to do is to take your two hands and to wrap them in around the rib cage, okay? So just keep your hands onto the rib cage. The shoulders are going to stay down, and as you breathe in, I want you to take a breath in through your nose, nice and slowly. And as you do that, I want you to feel those rib cage expanding. So they're going to be pushing out to the side. And then we're slowly going to let the breath go. Again, put a little emphasis onto the shoulders, let the shoulders stay down. The core is going to be engaged. So from here, I want you to imagine that the belly button is being pulled back through to the spine. So there's a bit of core engagement as well. Okay, so we're going to go for 2 breaths there now. So keep the shoulders down, the core engaged. Take a breath in through the nose. And slowly let the breath go. One last breath in. And out. And guys, that is going to be the breathing pattern throughout, but I will keep reminding you at different stages throughout the exercises. Okay, so we're going to warm up. Take your hands, bring them up over the head, take a nice breath in through the nose, and slowly take the hands down, nice and gently, just down as far as feels comfortable for you. So the hands may be here. I want you to try and keep a lovely straight leg, so avoid any bends in the knees, and just let the hands hang wherever you can. So we're just looking to try and get a nice stretch into the backs of the legs here. Slowly, we're going to bring the body all the way back up into a standing position and roll the shoulders back. We're going to try that 2 more times. So breathe in and slowly take the hands down. Let the head and neck relax as you come down. So let that upper body just fall. Feel the stretch into the backs of the legs, and then slowly bring the body all the way back up and roll the shoulders back. Last time, breathe in and slowly take the hands down. Feel that nice little stretch. We're going to hold it here now for 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently bring the body back up and roll those shoulders back. So again, our emphasis is on trying to open up that chest and focus in the posture. So from here, we're going to take the legs nice and wide. Again, we're going to try and avoid any bends in the knees. Lovely straight legs. Take the 2 hands out in front. The wrists are going to be in line with the shoulders. Breathe in through the nose. And slowly let the hands come down. So again, guys, try not to try and force the hands down onto the ground. Only come as far as what the stretch allows you to do. So just relax down into that stretch. And we're going to hold it here now for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bring the body back up into a standing position and roll those shoulders back. We're going to take the arms nice and wide. Take a breath in. Take the opposite hand down towards the opposite foot or the opposite shin. Come back up, open up that chest, switch it over to the other side and back up. Breathe in, switch over and up. We're going to go for 3 more. And down and up. Last 2. Down and up. And last one, guys. Down and up. And slowly walk the feet in. Okay, so we're going to try and do a little bit of balance. So I want you to just play around with the foot muscles, get balance onto the right leg, engage the core, and we're going to raise the opposite leg up and hold. I want you to make a couple of nice little rotations through the ankle and switch over to the other side. If you're finding that's too difficult, you can rest up against the wall, but we want to try and get into the balance, focus in the balance, and raise that opposite leg up. Nice little rotations of the ankle, and then reverse opposite direction. Great stuff, guys. Okay, so we're going to keep the core nice and strong, and we're going to take the left leg out to the side. So as we're taking that leg out, try to avoid this movement. We're looking to try and work into these side muscles. So keep the rest of the body nice and steady, and out to the side for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it over to the other side. So again, nice strong posture. Keep the core engaged. Take the leg out to the side. Try and have the leg as straight as you can for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back into the center. Okay, guys, so we're going to come to the back of the mats now. So we're lining the feet up, nicely in line with the hips. Again, posture up nice and tall. Raise the arms up. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Slowly, we're going to soften the knees, walk the hands out into a plank position and push the bum up into the air. Drop the heels down and then very gently come back to plank, soften the knees and walk the hands back up into a nice standing position. We're going to do that 2 more times. So raise the arms up, breathe in and slowly soften the knees, walk the hands out into plank, push the bum up, drop the heels down, come back into the plank position, soften the knees, and walk the hands out. And last time, guys, breathe in, soften the knees, walk the hands out from plank, push the bum up, drop the heels, feel that stretch into the backs of the legs, come back to plank, and lower the knees down onto the floor. Okay, so this is our box position. What we're looking for here is that our wrists are nicely in line with our shoulders and that our knees are nicely in line with our hips. And we're going to go into what's called cat-camel. We're going to try and warm up the spine. So we're letting the tummy fall down to the floor. Take a breath in. And as we let the breath go, tuck the chin in, round out the spine, and try to take the mid of the back up towards the ceiling. From here, breathe in. And then let the tummy fall to the floor, raise the head up. So you're feeling that each of the little vertebrae of the spine are being warmed up. So breathe in. We're opening them up now, taking the mid of the back to the ceiling. Breathe in, and then we're bringing them together as we come down. So we're going to do this one last time. Breathe in. And as we do this, guys, try not to collapse into the shoulders. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. So breathe in, arch the spine up. Tuck the chin in, open up the back, breathe in, and let the tummy come down into the floor. So I just want you to get that sense of movement through the spine. From here, we're going to take the right hand and the left leg, and we're going to hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back. So again, just working on to a little bit of balance. So we'll switch over to the other side, and we're holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back into the center. So back into box again. We're going to do 2 more of those. So right arm, left leg for 3, 2, 1. Return, switch it over for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back we come. So staying in our box position, we're going to try and work into the muscles, the glute muscles here, which is the bum, So I want you to take the right leg out and straighten it behind you. You can start from the floor, nice pointed toe, lovely locked out leg. We're going to keep the hips steady and raise the leg up. So lift the lower. So as you raise up, try not to drop down. The rest of the body is going to remain steady. So in Pilates, it's very much about controlling each part of the body. So we're going to raise this up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, guys. And we're switching over to the other side. Lovely straight leg, nice pointed toe, and we're lifting. For 5, 4, core engaged throughout. 3, 2, 1, and resting it down. Okay, guys, so from this position, we're going to take the right foot forward. So we want our ankle nicely in line with our knee, and we're going to have the left hand down and the left knee rested. Take a breath in and raise the right arm up, opening up the chest, and try to bring the shoulder blades together as you bring the arm back. So breathe in, open that chest up, and back down. We're going to go for 2 more. Breathe in through the nose, fill those lungs, and let the breath go as you take that arm back. And last one here, guys. Breathe in and lift. And feel that lovely stretch. Okay, so from here, take the left leg back. Sorry, pop the left leg forward. Place the right hand down. The right knee is going to be on the floor. Take a breath in. And we're raising that left arm up now. So bring those shoulder blades together. Open up that chest. Breathe in. Through the nose, let the breath go as you come up. And we're going to go for 2 more. Breathe in. And lift. And last one, guys. Breathe in. And lift. Great stuff. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the mat. And I want you to cross the legs in a way that feels as comfortable for you. So it might be a little bit wider, or you may be able to bring them in a little bit closer. So as I was saying before, we want to really try and work on posture. So for the most of our days, we're in this position. I know for a lot of you guys, you're probably busy working in hospitals and out and about, and you're probably standing up, but there's a lot of bending over. So what we want to do is avoid this position, this flex position, and try to open the chest up. So as we come into each of our postures, we're going to open the chest up. We're going to place the 2 hands in front. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, keep the shoulders down. And then slowly, just bring the hands as far forward as you can, letting the head and neck relax. So don't worry about how far forward you're coming, just as much as you can where you're feeling that nice stretch. And we're going to hold this for 2, 1, and then gently walk the hands back. So again, guys, roll the shoulders back, take a nice deep breath in through the nose, keep the core engaged, feel the expansion of the rib cage as you breathe in, and slowly walk the hands forward, let the breath go, let the chin tuck in, and then from here, we're going to walk the hands back. Okay, so we're going to take the legs out in front. So again, guys, just working on posture. We want to always try to start our movements from this lovely stacked position of shoulders over the hips, but it's not always easy. The backs of the legs, the hamstrings can be tight, the lower back can be rounded. So one of the things that can help is if you place a towel underneath your bum, or take the back of the mat and roll it up and sit on that to bring yourself into a nice straight position. Okay, so I want you to try and get into that lovely stacked position of shoulders nicely over hips. So we're going to bring our legs out in front. Take the hands out in front, keep the wrists in line with the shoulders, take a breath in, and slowly bring the body forward, keep the arms up, and then gently come back into this position. So we're going to do this for 2 more. Breathe in, and forward. And back up. And last one, guys, breathe in, and forward. Okay, so from here, we're going to try and take ourselves back down onto the mat, but I want you to make sure you do it nice and gently, nice and safely. So we're slowly taking the body down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way back down onto the floor. Okay, so from here, we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to have the feet firmly planted onto the floor. So as you lean back, Your spine is going to have a natural curve, a natural position in the lower part where it feels comfortable. But what I want you to do from here is to tilt the pelvis forward and back so that you feel that you're rolling onto the tailbone, that you can slide your hand in underneath and there could be a little bit of space, and then to drop the spine, the lower back down into the floor so you feel like you're pressing that lower back onto the floor. As you do that, you might feel those core muscles engage just a little. So from here, forward and back, we're looking to try and find the safe place to do our moves, our Pilates moves from. And that safe place, guys, is somewhere between your neutral spine and a slightly imprinted spine. So what I want you to do is to press the lower back slightly onto the floor and raise your head up. Now, hopefully you'll feel those tummy muscles engage a little. And we're going to bring the two hands down by the side. From here, we're going to move into our first Pilates move, which is called the 100. So we're going to beat the arms as if we're bouncing two basketballs. So from shoulders through to fingertips, we're keeping the arms nice and strong. So no floppy elbows or wrists. If you feel any pain or pressure in the head and neck, place one hand behind and keep the opposite hand steady. So our focuses here, guys, are the core engagement. So we're pulling that belly button through to the spine, so pressing that lower back ever so slightly down into the floor, and we're focusing on our breathing. So just again, a reminder, we're breathing slowly in through the nose, ideally for a count of 4, and then slowly out through the mouth. We're going to try for one last breath here, guys. You can rest out at any time. And then bring yourself back down onto the mat. So we're just going to roll the knees out, the hips out there from side to side. Okay, so as I said, guys, again, if you feel pain at any stage or if it feels too much, just drop out of the exercise and then come back in, because keeping the technique and keeping the form is really important. Okay, so from here, we're going to go into what's called the single leg stretch. So I want you to grab your left shin, raise your head up off the ground. When our eye line should always be through the legs, so avoid looking up to the ceiling. If you look up to the ceiling, it's going to add strain and pressure onto the head and neck. So the eye line is through the legs. So take the left shin towards you, take the right leg out and straighten that leg as straight as you can and point to toe. And from here, we're going to exchange the legs. So you're taking each leg in and pointing it out. Keep the hips nice and steady, keep the core nice and strong, and the eye line is through the leg. Again, if you feel pressure in the head and neck, support the head and neck with one hand, and we're going to go for 3, 2, 1, and relax down, guys. Okay, so you can have a nice little roll out there, and like I say, at any stage, if you feel you need a break, it's no problem, take a break, and then pop back in. We're going to go back into that exercise again, the single leg stretch. I just want you to get familiar with the moves. So raise the head up, take the left shin in, take the right leg out, lovely straight legs, nice pointed toes, keep the shoulders away from the ears, eye line through the legs. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. And we'll have a nice little roll out of the hips. Okay, guys, so we're going to go into what's called a double leg stretch. So at the moment, the legs are going to remain flat onto the floor, and we're just going to have our focus on the arms. So the knees are going to be bent, feet are flat, we're raising that head back up again. So if there is pain, strain in the head and neck, please just support it at all times, because you will be able to stay in the exercise that little bit longer. So we're starting with our hands at our hips. We breathe in and take the wrists aligned with the shoulders, let the breath go and bring the arms down. Again, you're pressing that lower back down into the floor. Those tummy muscles are engaged. So we raise the arms up and lower back down. The eye line is through the legs. We're going to go for 2 more. And last one. And rest back down. So just rolling the hips out again. And we're going to pop back into that exercise one more time. So that's our double leg stretch. So again, up we come, head is up, eye line through the legs, the hands are starting from the hips. We raise them up in line with the shoulders and lower back down. So the core is engaged, the breathing is relaxed. Last one, guys, breathe in and out and relax back down. Great stuff. Okay, so from here, we're going to interlock the fingers, bring the hands behind the head, and we're going to go into what's called crisscross. So take the left leg in towards it, similar to the single leg stretch, which we were doing before. Take the right leg out nice and straight, except this time, all I want you to do is add a gentle little stretch or a gentle little twist of the head and neck. So we're going to take the opposite elbow to the opposite knee. But guys, I want you to avoid this, okay? Trying to pull the elbow over to meet the knee. That's not what we want. We just want a small movement of the head and neck. We're going to go for 2 more. Last one, and rest it down. So that's our crisscross. So again, just to go over the lower back, the importance of that safe position. If you feel the lower back starts to pop up, so the core muscles are not going to be engaged and the lower back will take over, and that's where you could strain the back ever so slightly. So we've got to make sure that the lower back is pressed slightly down onto the floor and the core is engaged. So we're going to go back into that again. Raise the head up. When we're interlocking the fingers, I want you to take the elbows and push them away from the ears because we're trying to keep the chest open the whole time. Bring the shoulder blades together. So take that left leg in again. Take that right leg out, lovely and straight. And we're going to twist from side to side. So keep that core nice and strong. The lower back is pressed down into the floor. And we're going to go for 6 more. Take breaks at any stage, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Great stuff. And we're just going to have a nice little roll out again of the legs. Okay, guys, so we're going to move into what's called the full roll up. So take the legs out, have them nice and straight. As you lie onto the floor, when you bring your hands behind, just check in and see, does that lower back start to arch up ever so slightly? So what I want you to do is, if you're feeling that, which you probably are, I want you to press slightly that lower back down into the floor, and you should feel those tummy muscles really wanting to engage. So flex the toes, so pull the toes in towards the shins where you're pushing the calf muscles down onto the floor. And from here, we're taking a breath in, raise the hands up in line with the shoulders and bring the body up. It may just be as far as here at the moment, which is fine. Keep the core engaged and then slowly bring the body all the way back down. So with the roll up, we're breathing in, and over time, we want to be able to lead with the chin, that we can peel the spine all the way up off the floor, over for a gentle stretch. And then as we come down, we're imprinting the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping the legs flat onto the floor. But again, guys, this is tough. So we're just going to come up as far as we can. So lead with the chin, come up. If we're here, it's perfect. Just making sure we're feeling that core engaged, hold, and then slowly release and come back down. So we're going to go for 3 more. So breathing in. If you're able to come up, just peel up with the chin, slowly vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping the legs flat onto the floor. So just avoid this, the legs wanting to lift. So we've lost a little bit of the control when that happens. So as we come down, we're just going to drop each vertebrae one by one back down onto the floor. And last one, guys, breathe in and up. And then slowly release back down. Great stuff. Okay, so this time we're going to move into what's called the half roll up. Okay, so the feet are not going to be too close to the bum, so we're going to walk them slightly away from the bum, but we're making sure that the full foot is flat onto the floor, that we're not up onto the heel. Again, have a quick little check-in to see where the position of the pelvis is, and we're going to drop that lower back down onto the floor. So the hands are now starting to the side. Take a breath in, and we're gently leading with the chin, peeling up into this position, hold, feel the core engage, and then slowly bring the body all the way back down. We're going to try this for 4 more. So we're breathing in, peeling the spine up off the floor, coming up, hold the position, and then gently release back down. Last 3, guys, breathing in, and up we come. So breathing out, lovely, slow, controlled, long breaths, and down. And eventually, guys, we'll hopefully be able to peel and come all the way up. But again, this just takes a little bit of practice. And down. And last one, guys, breathing in, tuck the chin in, come up, hold, and letting that breath go. And then slowly return the body back down onto the floor. Great stuff. And we're just going to roll out the legs there from side to side. Okay, I want you to grab the left shin for me and bring the body up. You can use the hands to take yourself up safely. Okay, so we're going to go into something called rolling like a ball. It's a lovely little exercise for the spine. It's almost like a little massage. The thing is, sometimes you can feel, people can feel a little bit nervous about it, a little bit nervous around the head and neck. So again, I just want you to do what you feel is comfortable, but try and challenge it a little bit. Okay, so rolling like a ball. What we want to do is to grab each shin individually. So we're going to avoid interlocking the fingers or grabbing through the wrists. So take each shin individually, and we're going to tuck the head in. Okay, so tuck the head in, keep it in nice and tight. Please avoid throwing the head back. Okay, so we don't want the head going back at any stage. And what we're looking for is this lovely C curve in the spine the whole time. So tuck the chin in, roll back with a little bit of momentum, and back up. I know you must be liking that, guys. This is great fun. Okay, so we're keeping those chins tucked in, roll back, and up. And don't worry, guys, if you're not getting fully back at this stage. Like I said to you at the start, there's so many of you who have never done Pilates for the first time. So this is all just trying new things out. Okay, so if you feel this is happening and you're dropping back down onto the floor, it can be just a little bit of fear and that the back is flattening as you come down. Okay, so over time it will come. We're going to go for 2 more. Tuck the chin in, roll back, and up. And last one, guys. Roll back, and up we come. Well done. Okay, so from here, we're going to take those legs out nice and wide. So again, we can use the towel. We can roll up the mat to give a little bit of height to release the backs of those legs. Okay, so from here, the 2 hands are down in front. We're going to roll the shoulders back. We're going into the spine stretch. So take a breath in through the nose and slowly come forward. Feel that lovely stretch into the legs and hopefully a little bit into the back. If you're just feeling it in the legs right now, that's fine. So we're going to go for 2 more. Breathe in and back up. And last one, guys. Breathe in, shoulders down to begin, and forward. What I want you to do is to reach over and grab the shins or the toes, wherever you can. Just avoid the knee wanting to pop up. So keep the legs down nice and flat. We're looking to try and get a nice deep stretch into there. We're going to hold that now for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so we're going to bring the 2 legs together. So we're going to go into the spine twist. I want you to try and keep the legs glued onto the floor so that they're not doing this, okay? So we're going to keep the legs nice and steady. We'll flex the toes, so pull the toes in towards you. We'll stack the shoulders over the hips, and I want you to take the arms nice and wide. So open up the chest, bring the shoulder blades together, breathe in, and twist for 3, 2, 1, and center. Breathe in, and twist for 3, 2, 1, and center. Breathe in and twist for 3, 2, 1, and center. So keep the chest open, guys. Try and bring those shoulder blades together, arms nice and wide, lower part of the body steady. You're looking for the back to be doing the rotation for you. Last one, breathe in and twist for 3, 2, 1, and relax down. So you can place the hands behind, shake the legs out just to release. And a lot of these moves can feel difficult, quite challenging at the start. So it does get easier as time goes on. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the legs nice and wide again. And we're going to move in to something called the saw. Okay, so this was one of the exercises when I was training years ago for Pilates that I found very difficult. So it does take practice and it does take time. So we're keeping the legs nice and wide. We're taking the arms nice and wide. We breathe in. And we're going to try and take the opposite hand down towards the opposite foot. Again, don't worry, when I started, I was way off, okay? So it just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of practice. What we're looking for is that nice rotation into the spine and keeping the chest nice and open. We're trying to get down towards the baby toes, but at any stage now, just make sure the eye line follows the back hand and that everything's staying steady in the bottom half. The rotation and the twist is through the upper body. Last one, breathe in. And down we go. And back up. Great stuff, guys. Okay, so from here, we're going to bring ourselves round. and come onto our side. Okay, so when we're coming into our alignment again, we want everything to be nicely stacked. So we want the ankles to be stacked on top of each other, our knees are stacked, our hips are stacked. So I want you to rest down onto the left arm, but just make sure that the legs aren't here out at an angle. So we want everything lovely and straight. The most important thing is that the hips stay stacked, that we're not rolling over or dropping back. So the hips are stacked, the right hand is in front and the core is engaged. We're going to take that top leg and lift it and lower it. So keep both legs lovely and straight for me, a nice point in the toe, and lift and lower the leg. As you come up, try not to let the leg roll forward or back. So keep those hips nice and stabilized and the core engaged. So we're going to go here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I want you to hold this up for me now for 5. So you're feeling a little bite into the muscle now for 3, 2, 1, and you can relax that down. So just slap that right there for me for a second. But we're not done just yet. Okay, so we're taking those legs back up, and this time I want you to focus on the core being engaged. We're going to make a circle with that top leg, but very slow and very controlled. We're going to do one more circle. We're going to hold the leg up now, and we're going to reverse that circle for 3, 2, 1, and we're going to hold that leg up. From here, I want you to try and bring the other leg up and squeeze those 2 legs together. So the legs are lovely and straight, nice pointed toes. We're locking out the knees for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down and slap it out. Good stuff, guys. Okay, so we're rolling over to the other side now. So again, we're going to have nice stacked position. Ankles, knees, hips. We're resting down onto that right arm now. The left hand is in front. The core is going to be engaged, and away we go again with those top legs. So we're lifting and lowering that top leg. Lift and lower. And we're going to go for 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to hold that leg up. So challenge it, lovely straight legs, nice pointed toes. We'll hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. We can slap that out, guys. Okay, and we're going to go into our lovely little circle. So as we come up, we're going to hold, keep the control, and circle. 1, 2, 3, and hold, and now reverse that for 3. Keep the hips nice and steady. 2, nice and slow, nice and controlled, and last 1. Hold it up, guys. Take the bottom leg up if you can, and hold it for me for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest that down and slap it out. Okay, guys, so we're going to do a bit of extension work into the back. So if anyone is suffering with any lower back pain, just please be careful with this. Extension work is actually really good if you have any form of lower back pain, but at the same time, if anything feels sharp, any type of pain, as I say, that is outside the challenge realm, then please don't continue on, yeah, as in just rest out in the particular exercise that's causing any pain. Okay, so what I want you to do is just to rest. So let the legs, the hips, the tummy just fall onto the floor. Let the cheeks of the bum relax now, and keep the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. So we're raising the head up, keeping the ears away from the shoulders, and the head is in a nice neutral position. So from here, we're going to focus on 2 breaths. So nice and deeply in through the nose. And last one, breathe in and out. And then we're going to relax down. So just take the head down onto the hands. You can roll the hips out there from side to side just to release the lower back. And we're going to move into what's called swan dive. So take a breath in on the floor. We're going to squeeze through the bum, raise the legs up, the head up, the chest up, the arms up, and then gently bring the body back down. So we breathe in, and then as we let the breath go, we come up into swan dive and back down. So guys, please do this nice and gently. So no jerky movements as you come up, just nice and slow and controlled. Make sure the glutes, the cheeks of the bum are engaged, the core is engaged as you lift, okay? So we're going to go for 3 more there. So breathe in and lift and lower. Try to just get as much of the legs and the arms and chest up as you can, okay? Again, just to emphasize, no pain, just a gentle lift and lower back down. Last one, guys. Breathe in and lift and rest back down. So from here, we're going to separate the knees, take them nice and wide, let the toes come together, and then lower the bum down onto the heels if you can, and walk the hands in front. So this is our child's pose position, which is a lovely little stretch into the back. So just drop the bum down onto the heels and rest here for me. And we're going to come back down onto the tummy. So just gently bring yourself down onto the tummy. And we're going to bring the 2 hands behind our back. So this move is called double leg kicks. So firstly, we're going to bend the knees, and instead of the toes being pointed, we're flexing the toes, okay? So we're pulling the toes in towards the shin. We take a breath in on the floor. We're kicking the bum twice with the heels. We let the breath go. We point the toes, raise the legs up, the arms up, the chest up, and relax back down. So again, guys, we're taking the heels in. 1, 2, and lift. Raise the head up, the chest up, the legs up, and lower back down. So please, nice, smooth, gentle movements, nothing jerky. Just come up as far as you can and relax back down. We're going to go for 2 more. Breathe in and lift and lower. And last one, breathe in and lift and lower. Again, guys, taking the knees nice and wide, bringing the feet together and just lowering the body down onto the floor, or lowering the bum down onto the heels. So let the head rest, let the fingertips walk in front, and just enjoy a nice little stretch into the lower back. Okay, we're going to move forward into our plank position, a modified plank position. So when we come into anything to do with planks or push-ups, we want to make sure that the bum isn't lifted up into the air. So we have a nice straight body alignment. So when we come down, I want you to rest onto your forearms and rest onto the fronts of the knees. So you should be feeling the pressure of the mat here into the front of the knee, so not here into the kneecap, more up at the top, yeah? So we're going to rest down onto the forearms and rest onto the fronts of the knees. So avoid this position here. So down we go. And we're going to hold this now for 10. So breathing is nice and relaxed, the core is nice and engaged. And we're going to keep this going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring the legs and the bum back down. So we're going to stay in this nice extended position here now. One last breath in. And then bring the 2 hands out in front and let the head rest down onto the floor. Okay guys, we're going to move into what's called swimming. This can be quite a challenging move, so again, we're not going to hold it for too long. The eye line is down into the floor, so we don't want the head up, it puts too much strain onto the neck, so we want a nice neutral head position. So eye line into the floor, so squeezing through the bum, raise the legs up, the arms up, and beat the arms and legs, no bends in the elbows, no bends in the knees. Point the fingers and the toes, last breath in. And rest down. Again, any pain with any of these moves, guys, just come out of them and rest. We're going to come back up onto those forearms, engage the core, and lift up onto those knees and hold again that nice modified plank position. So making sure shoulders are in line with the elbows, giving you nice strong pulls to hold that lovely plank position. We're going to hold this now for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise the bum up and gently Separate the knees, take the toes together. I'm going to come back in to child's pose. Just feel that nice stretch. And up we come. Okay, so we're going to go into our push-ups. So with push-ups, again, the bum tends to want to rise up a little bit. And the thing is that if you can even do 3 push-ups with good technique or 2 push-ups with good technique, that's better than doing 15 with poor technique, okay? So we're going to try and aim for 5, yeah? So we're resting onto the fronts of our knees. We're going to take the arms nice and wide. When we lower down, we're going to try and take the whole body down as far as we can. Okay, so we're going to lower the body and come back up. If you feel this is the movement you have at the moment, then that's fine. Once it's with good technique. So off we go. We're going to go for 5. Nice and controlled. 4. Come down as far as you can, guys. 3. 2. Last one. And just rest it back now. So again, we're dropping back into child's pose. It's a lovely little position. Stretching out the spine. And then from here, we're going to come back down onto the tummies. So just gently bring the body down onto the tummy. Okay, so we're going to raise the right leg up, or sorry, the left leg up, and we're going to have the knee nicely in line with the hip. So I want you to avoid taking the knee up too close or dropping the knee down too far, okay? So you want a lovely, nice hip line position. From here, the left hand is going to be glued onto the forehead, and the right hand and the right leg are going to stay on the mat. So we breathe in, we're going to try and take the elbow towards the knee and return. So don't worry if we're not coming fully there, we might just be here, that's fine. Just feel that nice little twist into the spine, lift, take the elbow to the knee and return. When you return, take a breath in and back. And last one, guys, breathe in, taking the elbows close to the knee as you can and relax back down. So we're going to switch it over there now. So raise the right knee up, nicely in line with the hip. Place the right hand on top of the left. Keep the left leg glued onto the floor. Take a breath in. Take the elbow as close to the knee as you can and back. And we're going to go for 3 more. And lift. Elbow to knee and return. Nice gentle movements. 2 more. Lift. Elbow to knee and back. And last one, guys. Lift. Elbow to knee and back. Relax the legs down. We're going to come onto the forearms and let the legs and the bum rest down and just feel that nice stretch into the lower back. From here, we're going to go pop back up into that nice modified plank position. So up onto the knees, and we're going to hold it now for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently take the bum back and walk the hands forward. We're going to come forward again. We'll have a nice little rotation out of the wrists here and a little stretch, stretching down, just gentle little pull onto the wrists, gives a nice little release. And we're coming back into push-ups again. Again, we're going to try and aim for 5, but like I say, if we do 2 and the technique is good, and come down just as far as you feel you can, guys, okay? So together, we're going to try and aim for 5. Off we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and rest back for me. So grabbing a nice little breath there now. Nice and deeply in through the nose. And out. And then, guys, we're going to come back up into a nice cross-leg position again. Okay, so from here, similar as before, roll the shoulders back, keep the chest nice and open, and place the 2 hands down by the side. So if you can, try to avoid that dropping down this position. So we want to really focus on trying to get into a nice posture and a nice aligned spine. Okay, so just cross the legs in whichever way feels comfortable for you. As I said before, it might be a little bit wider if you can bring them in nice and close. Okay, so from here, 2 hands down to the side. Raise that left arm up, take a breath in. and stretch. Keep the cheeks of the bum on the floor. Feel that lovely stretch into the side and switch over. So breathe in and stretch and over. We're going to go for 2 more. Breathe in, stretch and over. And last one, guys, arm up and stretch. Keeping the cheeks of the bum on the floor so you feel that lovely stretch into the side and relax back down. Bringing the hands in front and just make a few nice little rotations through the wrist and opposite direction. Nice and slowly, guys, we're going to roll forward and bring ourselves up into a nice standing position. Okay, so as we started, we want the feet nicely in line with the hips. Raise the arms up into the air. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then slowly, taking your time, gently bringing the body down. Feel that nice stretch into the legs. So we want to try and keep straight legs. Don't worry if the hands are here. It's fine. We want to keep the legs straight. I'd rather you did that than bend the knees to bring the hands down. Okay, so just come down as far as you can feel the stretch. Take a little grip of the backs of the legs or under the toes if the flexibility is there. And just feel a nice little stretch into the legs. We'll hold it here for 3, 2, 1, and gently bring the body back up into a nice standing position. Roll those shoulders back and open the chest. Okay, we're going to interlock the fingers, bring the hands behind the head. Keep the elbows nice and wide, so try to avoid them drawing in. Keep them wide. The lower half of the body is staying steady. Breathe in and twist through that upper body. So feel that into the mid of the back, back to the center. Breathe in and twist and back. We're going for 2 more. Breathe in and twist and back. And last one, guys, and twist. Rest the arms down to the side. Okay, so we're going to take that left hand up, gently place it onto the head and just take the ear down to the shoulder. So you can use the right hand just to slide down to deepen that stretch into the neck and hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, gently just take the eye line down to the floor. Keep the rest of the spine nice and straight and feel the change just moving around more towards the back of the neck. Gently let the head come back up, switch over. Opposite side, again, we're going to start with the ear to the shoulder, feeling the stretch down the side of the neck, using the opposite hand just to create a little bit of a deeper resistance for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the eye line to the floor, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently back up. Keeping the posture up nice and tall, take the hands in front and just stretch. So push into the hands, push in, feel the stretch across the shoulder blades. 2, 1, relax back down. Bring the 2 hands behind, raise up, keep the head in neutral and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest down, roll the shoulders back. And I want you to take a breath in, squeeze the shoulders to the ears and relax. 2 more. And last one. And relax down. Well done, guys. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you feel nicely stretched out. And I just wanted to say a massive thank you from all of our team here at Hizzy Fit. It's amazing what you're all doing every single day, and I don't know what we would do without you. So I just wanted to say thanks a million. I'm delighted that you've joined my class, and I'm looking forward to seeing you over the next few weeks. So thanks a million, guys, and I'll see you next weekend.